It's been a couple of weeks since I posted anything of any particular value. That's because we had a pet human arrive. Didn't all go quite to plan, unfortunately, but everything's all right now. So thank you to everyone who commented on my post on the community page. I really appreciate all your well wishes. So today I was going to show you just what a mess my garage is in. A few bits that I will be doing in future videos. This is a very heavy box, which I won't open right now, that contains a load of sound deadening for the Midget. I know what you're saying, sound deadening, convertible car, totally pointless. If you look back at my video where I drove the Midget in the rain and it leaked, it was actually quite loud. So I'm hoping the sound deadening will mean I can drive it with, not necessarily with this roof, I'm looking for a hardtop, but it'll mean it'll make it much more drivable with some kind of cover on the roof. In this box, in this corner, we have a roll of carpet. Well, not a roll of carpet, sorry. We have carpet. I don't think you'll be able to see on the camera, but that is a set of carpet in the original colour, the original brown colour, which is a for now job. You can't really see, but right over the back of the garage I have a roll of black carpet, but it is just a big roll. I'm going to cut using the old carpets as templates, but for the time being, just so that I can, because I know that's going to take me a while to get around to doing that, this will do. But for today, I am working on my sound system. I have a roll of speaker wire, Amazon Basics speaker wire. Amazon Basics because I wasn't entirely sure this was going to work from the start. I did also buy a couple of decent speakers. I now can't find them because I bought them 2-3 years ago maybe. So I'm glad I kept the old ones, and I'm kind of hoping they work, but we shall see. Now this, I will put a link in the description below. I bought this from Amazon. This is a Bluetooth amplifier, and as you can see, it's very small, very discreet. Speaker connections go into there, and then you have controls, I think, for is it treble bass and volume, something along those lines. I think it's marked on here. Yeah, there you go. Treble bass and regulation. Now I have tried this out with the speakers that are in the back of the headrest. Now obviously those speakers are very small and not very powerful, but you could actually hear much clearer than with the small amplifier that I used before. I'll put a link up there if you haven't seen that one. This, like I said, I have tried it out, it works perfectly. Now the whole idea of this setup for me is to basically have a totally hidden sound system, so I need to find somewhere to hide those other two speakers, but I want the car to look as original as possible, so anyone who doesn't know these cars would just think it is an original bog standard MG Midget, bog standard old car. So yeah, I'm going to move the car out so I got a bit more light, and then I'm going to show you how we wire this up. What I might do is start with the rear speakers that are already in there, and then maybe we'll try out the new speakers and then try and figure out where the hell I'm going to put them. Now in this box you have the user manual, which I have read. There's a little screwdriver, some kind of heat soak kind of thing, not quite, oh, they're the covers for the buttons, so you haven't got to worry about using these little tiny knobs, give them something a bit bigger. And here we have a little bunch of screws in the bottom and a nice cover, like a box. There's the 2 panels in there. Yeah, I think it's just 2 panels in, like a top and a bottom. And a not happy sheet. Or happy. Let's see which one I am. Pretty sure I'm going to be happy with this, because I have already tried this out. So over here I have already routed wires in there, so that's the power lead that comes in the box. I've temporarily crimped this in just to try it out. Now I said, because I want all this hidden, The reason I'm doing this before fitting the insulation and the carpet is because I want to, again, hide all the wiring. This rear speaker's already hidden in the headrests. I haven't quite decided where I'm going to hide the front speakers, but they're probably going to be up under the dash somewhere, I would have thought. I don't really want to cut into the door cards. If I do cut into the door cards, I have got brand new door card. I've got all new trim actually to go in the whole car. If I do end up going in the door cards, I don't know, I'll try and figure out how to hide them somehow. Even if I just make my own perforations in there. But yeah, so I think what we'll do first is we'll power up this unit, possibly wire in, unplug one of these speakers, plug that speaker in, see if it works. I also have another one of those speakers on the other side that I've kept, so I think we'll test those speakers first and see where we go. So I've unplugged this speaker for the moment, and I've got white and blue, black and blue wires in there. And down here you can see I have attached the two wires, a bit blurry in the video, but white and blue, black and blue into there. This is the power switch, so turn that on, turn the ignition on, turn off the immobiliser. You can hear that powers up, connect to Bluetooth, and then for YouTube copyright reasons I am just going to be using white noise, which is what we've been trialling with the baby to stop her from crying. Doesn't work. But if I press play, I'll turn the volume up, I think you should be able to hear that. We have nice white noise. So that's one speaker. Let's turn that off for a moment. Turn the ignition off. I will swap that with the other speaker. Alright, second speaker's in. Power on. Ignition. You can see there's a blue light there, and you can actually the sound comes out of the speaker, so it's connected. So hit play. White noise. We have two perfectly good working speakers then. The next thing then, going to be connecting up the small speakers in the headrests for both rear seats, for left and right. So I think I've only got left and right. I don't have front and rear. I don't have anything for balance, which is fine. Just need to check the polarity of the wires in the seats. So you've got a small wire and a big wire, and I want both the small ones together and both the big ones together. So that'll be easy enough. I can then extend those wires, run them to the front, and then we can run another pair of wires left and right at the front, which will also connect up to them, and that will give us 4 speakers in an MG Midget, and then figure out where on earth I'm going to put everything. So I'm quite actually, I think this unit, I'd quite like to hide it up underneath here, I think, sort of hanging down so you can't see it. There is also, I don't know if it's very obvious, oh there it is, there's also an auxiliary port there. So I can also plug in MP3 players and stuff, so I won't necessarily have to stream stuff from online. But the Bluetooth thing I quite like, that's what I was really hoping for, just connect to your phone. But yeah, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is extend those wires. And it may not look pretty to start with. I haven't got soldering iron here or any heat shrink, so I think it's just going to be a mass of horrible butt connectors until I need to order new soldering iron anyway for work. So I will probably demote my work one and bring it home. It's a gas one, so it's nice and easy to use, don't need electricity, and I'll be able to do the wiring properly, neaten it all up. Okay, we've got some temporary wiring in here. It's still very temporary, so I want to move this under here, but I had an idea for the speakers, which is to hide them down here. Now, because these aren't the new speakers, if I like this idea, if this works, then what I might do is buy some more powerful but smaller speakers, and I can make a little box here for them, and obviously cut out the carpet for them. They're out the way there. They might get a bit wet, but we don't really use the car. I'm not really planning to use the car in the rain anyway, so kind of like that, be a good place for them to be hidden. Don't know about sound quality in terms of direction, but probably wouldn't be any worse than being hidden under the dashboard. So yeah, I also found this tiny little thin cable that comes with speakers, which I've temporarily used. You can see the other one over there as well. Again, I'd like to use something a little bit heavier duty than this, but this will do for now. So let's put the ignition on. I'll turn the immobilizer off. I've also found some royalty-free music on YouTube. So if we let's see what happens if we just play one of these random playlists. And yeah, it's loud. But I'm not hearing out the front speakers, which is interesting. Oh, I am. I can hear them. Just the rear ones seem a bit louder. Okay. So I think we probably need to work on the quality of the front speakers, I think. Although if I hold them up, they're much better. Yeah, they need to be facing. Okay. Location doesn't work. Let's turn it off. So the location of those speakers isn't great. So you've got to work on location. So I had another idea. I wonder if I can get a sound bar to go across the middle there. Might be next on my wish list. But that's shown you this unit. Obviously I've got the heat soak bit to put on the chip there, and obviously put the casing on. That's just a load of screws, which I will probably do now. And then yeah, I'll have a look for a sound bar. Gives you a good idea what that unit's like. I said there'll be a link in the description below. I'm actually quite pleased with it. It does exactly what I want it to do. It's also got auxiliary input if I want to use that. If not, we'll just use the Bluetooth. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you haven't done already, please subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more coming for this car, a lot more coming for the Morris, and I have a really interesting video coming on the Jag. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out.